Welcome to lecture series on digital electronics under EPG Pathshala. This module is dedicated to understand data converters. Let us begin with the journey of any automatic or computerized system, wherein the data could be acquired remotely and transferred to the remote places. So, when we talk about acquiring the data from maybe a laboratory, maybe a temperature, pressure, humidity or a voltage or current, that must be converted into digital form before it could be transmitted over longer distance. Even computer cannot process the real world signal in the analog form. For that reason, we need some kind of data converter, and data converters are basically the circuits which converts the energy or the signal from analog to digital or digital back to analog. So, we have basically two types of data converters. The first one converts analog signal into digital, that is called as ADC or analog to digital converter, and the second converter is exactly the reverse process of the one which we have studied already, that is digital to analog converter. In this case, the DAC converts any binary information into the analog signal. Whenever we process such kind of information, it is important to note that these data converters would act based on their performance parameters. So, when we talk about the performance parameters of data converters, we naturally require first important parameter, that is the resolution. The second one is accuracy. The third one is the linearity. These three parameters decides the real performance of the data converter. And in addition to that, we have settling time, conversion time, some nonlinearity errors or offset, these are also present. So, while selecting the data converters, we have to talk about these parameters. ADCs and DACs, they have their own different types. So, for example, if we start with analog to digital converters, we have almost 6 to 7 different types of ADCs. The first one is a flash ADC, then we have successive approximation ADC, counter ramp ADC, tracking ADC, then we have single slope, dual slope, sigma delta ADCs and so on. Similarly, when we talk about digital to analog converter, we have two prominently used data converters. One is binary weighted resistor type DAC and the second one is a ladder DAC. Each one of them is having their own advantages and disadvantages. We need to select a proper data converter as per our requirement, as per the resolution of the system requirements and several other parameters. In this module, we will begin with the principles of data converters, where we focus it on sampling, quantization and coding. These three different principles are explored whenever we convert analog signal into digital. Once it is digitized, we can convert it into analog by using certain reference voltages and binary weighted values. So, let us explore the world of data converters through this module. Let us now talk about the learning objectives of this module. Initially, the need of data converters will be discussed. To study the basics of analog to digital converters, that is ADCs. To learn the basics of digital to analog converters, that is DACs. To know the basics of ADCs and DACs. In real world, all the physical quantities are normally represented by analog form. Analog signal is continuous in nature with definite value in a given range. Let us look at the variation of analog signal voltage with respect to time. But for digital processing, the analog signal needs to be converted into digital form. Digital signals have discrete values such as on off or 0 or 1. The analog signal must be sampled before conversion to digital form. The demonstration of sampled signal is shown in the second diagram. In ever growing digital world, the methods used for signal or data processing and communication have rapidly changed. Transmission of digital information became easy, reliable and secure with the help of computers. Let us now determine the limitations of analog signals. First, analog signals can pick up noise after amplification, whereas the digital data transmission cannot be easily affected by the noise in the transmission media. Second, the analog signal is difficult to store. Third, analog systems are more expensive as compared to digital systems. Any complicated digital application or logic system can easily be designed, programmed or reprogrammed as compared to analog systems. This helped the designer to use data converters for converting analog signal into digital form. In real world, all the physical quantities are normally represented by analog form, but analog signals are everywhere. But all modern digital processing systems process only digital signal, that is binary. Transducers or sensors converts non-electrical signals like sound, heat, light, pressure, etc. into electrical signals, and actuator converts electrical signals back to real life non-electrical signals. But for digital processing, the analog signal needs to be converted into digital form. This is implemented by analog to digital converter. The digital processor can process the digital information and the result is generated in the binary form. Even though the processing is done using digital signals, but the final output requires interfacing with real world, which is naturally in analog form. Thus, after processing data digitally, there is a need to convert this digital data into analog form. This basically utilizes the digital to analog converter for generating the output in analog form. It can be noted easily that the analog to digital converter is used as input device, whereas digital to analog converter is preferred as an output device. The analog signal present at the input of digital processing system are converted to digital form for further processing, and digital signal is converted back into analog form at the output of the digital system. An analog signal is continuously varying voltage or current, whereas digital signal is a stream of digital numbers, each representing the amplitude of the analog signal at the moment of time. ADC or DAC are an electronic circuit that converts analog signals to digital or vice versa. Data converters are available in such different architectures and are used for wide variety of applications. An analog to digital converter is a device which receives an analog signal and converts it into digital quantity with a specified accuracy and resolution. The analog signal input is compared with the reference signal and the result is used to compute the digital quantity indicated by the analog signal. The reference signal is normally equivalent to maximum value of the transmitted data. The digital output usually contains n-bit information depending on the requirement of the system. The general symbol of the ADC is shown here. The basic analog to digital conversion process can be implemented using a series of operations, namely sampling, quantization and coding. Each operation performs a specific task in the conversion process. Let us discuss these operations one by one. An analog to digital converter requires small amount of time to perform quantization and coding operations. A sample and hold circuit samples the signal voltage and then stores it on a capacitor for the time required to perform the analog to digital conversion. Let us now discuss a pulsed sampling of an analog signal. The sine wave signal shown in the diagram represents the analog signal. The train of sampling pulses shown in the second diagram below the analog signal. Sampling is the first operation that is carried out in an analog to digital converter. In this process, the input analog signal is sampled or tested repeatedly over a period of time. This step is implemented to determine the characteristics that contain analog quantity such as amplitude of analog signal. A constant varying input must be sampled at much higher frequency than its own to ensure the accuracy of the conversion. The third signal is the sampled signal. This results in amplitude modulated pulse train. The amplitude of each sample is stored between sample and reconstructed original analog signal results. The red colored signal represents the quantized level corresponding to sampled input. For each analog sample taken, a voltage level is determined. The voltage levels are detected by the sample pulses. The largest voltage level would tend to indicate the peak and hence the amplitude of the next signal. The next important question is to find out how often the analog signal must be sampled in order not to lose information from it. The answer to this question lies in the well known sampling theorem. Nyquist gave his theory of sampling. It is known as sampling theorem or Nyquist sampling criteria. It states that if sampling is done at a rate higher than twice the highest frequency contained in the signal, then it is possible to receive the original signal from the sampled signal. If sampling frequency is Fs and the highest frequency at the input is Fi, then Fs must be greater than or equal to twice Fi, where Fs is the sampling frequency and Fi is the highest frequency at the input. Let us consider the voice signal in the telephone system. Determine the sampling frequency of such system. The frequency band specified internationally in telephone system is around 4 kHz, that is 300 Hz to 3400 Hz exactly. According to the sampling theorem, the sampling frequency should be 2 into 4000, that is 8000 Hz. The sampling time or interval is equal to 1 over sampling frequency. Thus, the sampling period is equal to 1 over 8000, that is equal to 125 microsecond. Quantization is the second step in the analog to digital conversion process. Quantizing is the process of transforming a continuous analog signal into set of discrete output states. Quantization takes the sampled analog value and converts it to the nearest binary value of quantity. The accuracy of a binary quantity is approximately near to the value of least significant bit, LSB. In effect, quantization rounds out the conversion to the value least significant bit, that is LSB. The number of discrete values is related to the number of bits in the binary quantity. For example, if there are 4 bits in the binary quantity, then the number of discrete levels are 2 raised to 4, that is equal to 16 levels. The sampling process represents the analog waveform of the input signal by a series of pulses. The amplitude of each pulse is proportional to the instantaneous value of the signal. The sampled signal is further processed, that is converted into digital form. For conversion into digital, the sampled signal is quantized. In this process, each sample is compared to a standard scale of discrete values and is given by binary number representing its approximate value. Figure shows quantized interval of analog signal using 4 bits, that is 16 levels. Let us start with the first sample. Its quantized level is indicated as plus 5 volt. The second sample has a next quantized level, that is plus 6 volt. Next sample has plus 4 volt as a quantized level to the sampled input. Further, the analog signal reaches 0 and we can have 0 as quantized level. Next sample indicates minus 3 as a quantized level. Further, minus 2 volt can be assigned to the next sample. The last sample has minus 1 as the quantized level. Thus, one can assign quantized level to each input sample. The last step in the analog to digital conversion is coding or encoding. Coding is a process of assigning a digital code to each output state. The coding operation reduces the result of conversion to a binary code acceptable to the digital system that use data. There are a variety of ways to code the discrete values after quantization. The most popular code is natural binary code. This binary code represents quantities as a weighted sum. Each bit position provides a specified value when set. The sum of the values of the set bits defines the value of the quantity. The bit with greatest weight is the most significant bit, that is MSB. The bit with least significance, that is least weight, represents the smallest value, that is least significant bit, LSB. Other coding systems such as 1's complement code or 2's complement code or gray code or BCD codes are also used by the analog to digital conversion. The coding may be of two types, encoding and decoding. Encoding is a process of converting human readable code into machine code, that is binary, and decoding is a process of converting the binary codes into human readable codes. This figure indicates a sampled input with the quantized value along with the binary code 0101 assigned to the quantized level plus 5 volt. Here we are assuming the bipolar signal. There are several parameters which are used to characterize the performance of ADC. Some of the important parameters are resolution, accuracy, linearity, quantization error and conversion time. Resolution is determined by the number of bits present at the output word of the ADC. For example, 8-bit ADC has resolution of 8 bit. Similarly, one can find out the resolution as 1 upon 2 raised to n. For 8-bit, the resolution is 1 in 256. Sometimes resolution is expressed in percentage. Accuracy is defined as the difference between actual output and the output that is expected for a given input. There are several sources of errors. For example, linearity error, gain error, zero error and noise. Although linearity is related to the resolution, it can be much better than resolution, particularly for devices with smaller number of bits. However, in the worst case, the accuracy should be better than the resolution. Accuracy is specified either in absolute value or in percentage of full scale. Let us now talk about linearity. Ideally, the input output relationship of an ADC should be straight line, but due to gain and other errors, the actual transfer characteristics does not remain so. The deviation from ideal value is known as linearity error. It is expressed in percentage or parts per million of full scale range. The quantization error is the error introduced due to the representation of data in binary form by a fixed number of discrete values. For example, an 8-bit ADC, the number of discrete values is 256. There is therefore an inherent quantization error of plus minus half LSB value in addition to other sources of error. The speed of an ADC is specified by the conversion time, which is the time required by the ADC to generate a stable digital data at the output after an analog signal is applied to it. Let us discuss the exact reverse process of the ADC, that is digital to analog converter. The process of converting digital signal into equivalent analog signal is called as digital to analog conversion. An electronic circuit which does this process is called as digital to analog converter or a DAC. The circuit has n number of digital data inputs with one output. In DAC, the output analog voltage is proportional to the reference voltage as well as on digital word. The output of DAC is given by V0 is equal to V reference into digital input divided by 2 raised to n minus 1. The digital word is almost based on binary weighted proportion. The digital input is arranged in words of varying width referred to as bits, typically anywhere from 4 bits to 24 bits. In a binary weighted system, each bit is worth half of the bit to its left and twice the bit to its right. Greater the number of bits in the digital word, finer will be the resolution. These bits are typically arranged in groups of 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24 or 32 bits. The basic block diagram of digital to analog converter is represented here. This figure shows that there are 3 types of input to the DAC. First, direct digital input. Second, reference voltage and clock, where the sampling frequency is applied. In this figure, a digital word is applied to the inputs of DAC. This digital word is then converted to analog signal at the sampling frequency Fs applied to the clock input. The analog output produces a signal with amplitude in volts along y axis and seconds on x axis. The digital input codes are listed with a time determined by sampling frequency 1 over Fs, 2 upon Fs, 3 upon Fs and so on. This time domain representation of analog signal is easy to visualize and understand the conversion process. Just similar to ADC, there are several parameters which are used to characterize the performance of DACs. Some of the important parameters are resolution, accuracy, linearity, monotonicity and settling time. Let us now start with the resolution. This is determined by the number of bits present at the output of the DAC. For example, 8-bit DAC has 8-bit resolution. Further, the resolution is 1 in 256. Sometimes the resolution is expressed in percentage. The resolution of a DAC is the smallest change in the output for any change in the digital input, that is, if input to DAC changes 1 bit, how much analog output has changed in the full scale deflection. Percentage resolution is given by step size upon full scale value into 100. In other words, the resolution is the number of states in which the full scale output is divided. For example, if a 8-bit DAC can resolve a full scale output to 255 levels, each level of the output is called step size. So, percentage resolution is equal to 1 upon 2 raised to n minus 1 into 100. Accuracy is defined as the difference between actual output and the output that is expected for a given input. There are several sources of error. For example, linearity error, gain error, zero error and noise. Although linearity is related to the resolution, it can be much better than resolution, particularly for devices with smaller number of bits. However, in the worst case, the accuracy should be better than resolution. Accuracy is specified either in absolute value or in percentage of full scale. For example, if a DAC with 10 volt full scale output is said to have an accuracy of 0.01%, then there will be 10 millivolt output deviation. Ideally, the input output relationship of DAC should be straight line, but due to gain and other errors, the actual transfer characteristics does not remain so. The deviation from ideal value is known as linearity error. It is expressed in percent or part per million of full scale range. Another factor which indicates the accuracy is the zero offset error, that is, for a zero input the output of DAC reflects some offset voltage. A device is said to be monotonic when the input is increased, the output should either increase or remain constant. As a result, the output will always be a single valued function of the input. In other words, the DAC is said to be monotonic if its analog value is either increasing or equal to previous value for an LSB change in the input. The speed or response time of the DAC is usually specified in terms of settling time. Settling time is defined as the time required for the output of a DAC to reach and remain within a given function of the final value after input data are changed. Normally, settling time is within plus minus half LSB value. The output of operational amplifier is the main contributor to the settling time of the DAC. The conversion speed of the DAC output, settling period of a change in the digital input. This is also called as settling time period of DAC. An analog to digital converter ADC is widely used device that converts analog electrical signal, usually a voltage, into a digital representation. The ADCs are input devices of a digital circuit that processes signal from the analog external world. For example, the output of a microphone or a thermocouple or the voltage of photodiode need to be converted to a digital, so that smart gadget like mobile portable computer can work with them. There are variety of ADCs used in different applications depending on the system requirements. Some of the ADCs are flash or parallel ADC, counter ramp ADC, tracking ADC, successive approximation ADC, single slope ADC, dual slope ADC and sigma delta ADCs. Some of these ADCs would be studied in the next module. Basically, there are several ways of making digital to analog converter. Some of them are listed below: weighted resistor DAC, R2R DAC, bipolar DACs, serial DACs, multiplying DACs, segmented DACs. Out of these, two types of DAC circuits are more popular: weighted resistor DAC and binary ladder or R2R ladder DAC. Let us summarize the key points that we have studied in the data converter. Data converter is the basic building block of all modern digital equipments, whether it is a communication equipment or whether it is a medical or entertainment. We always require some kind of data converter. The natural signal is in the analog form, which could be recorded, processed and transmitted in a digital form using ADC. So, naturally we need some kind of a data converter. ADC is a device which converts analog signal into equivalent digital form, whereas DAC is a device which converts the digital information into the analog form back. These data converters are normally available in different varieties. We have, say, flash ADC, successive approximation ADC, counter ramp ADC, tracking ADC, single slope and dual slope ADCs, and we can select one of them as per the requirement of the system. It could be a speed or the resolution. And when we talk about DAC, we have two prominently used digital to analog converters, which is, say for example, R2R network or binary weighted resistor. While selecting the data converters, we have to talk about at least 5 to 6 different performance parameters. These are resolution, accuracy, then we have linearity, quantization error, then we can even think about monotonicity in DAC, conversion time and settling times. In addition to that, we have also seen the few parameters like sampling, quantization and coding. These are the 3 different methodologies which were explored for studying the data converters. Thank you.